Good morning, everyone. June 1st, 2020, and welcome to episode number 12 of the Project 2020 show. So we did it. The goal was simple, to be at 900 subs by the time I started recording this episode on Monday morning, and we are now officially over 900. So thank you to everyone who has hit that button. I greatly appreciate it. Now, simple goal. Can we make it to 1,000 subs by Wednesday morning? That gives us a day and a half for about 90 people to hit that button. So if you're not subscribed, please hit that button. Now, let's get back to Project 2020. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend and you're back and ready for another exciting week of Project 2020. Look, it's week 11. We're just about to hit card 100 tomorrow. Like I've said over the weekend, a ton of press about this coming out. But look, this morning they just released two beautiful cards, and I called them sort of Retro Monday. And it's really going to test the market for a couple different reasons. Look, you've got Joshua Vids with his Jackie Robinson, fresh off his 66,000 performance with the Nolan Ryan, which may be a little wind-aided, but you never know. We will see how that responds. And then you have the Andrew Thiel, Mark McGwire, which just screams wood background in that photo. So both fantastic cards, and they're going to be very interesting to see where they land. In today's show, look, I'm going to talk about the pre-orders from yesterday and where they landed. Look, both of them landed in my range where I said, both on the high range, and we'll talk about that and my concerns with that here in a second. I'm also going to talk about the chart that I just recently released on the website when it came to average pricing and average volume of Project 2020 cards on eBay. I'm still digesting that information in that chart to really understand what it says, but it's out there. I want you to look at it, and I'll kind of walk you through my observations of that chart here. And then we're going to talk about cards. Look, this weekend, we spent a lot of time talking about data, my perspective, but I want to make this show mainly about the cards because we're in a new month, we're in a new week, and I am taking a different approach this week with Project 2020. And we're about to enter the second phase of this project, and it's going to take a different mindset. The mindset before was buy 10, flip 5, make money, and go on with your merry way. It's a little bit different now. It's a different ball game. So what I've done this week from a pre-order perspective is now I'm offering up, just for one single day, I'm offering up a 10 card bundle for the week. I'm going to try and see how this works, and it's going to save me from having to process 300 orders a week or 200 orders. If I can make now 10, 20 orders of 10 cards, or someone buys 2 or 3, that's going to be fantastic. But I'm going to approach this differently this month and this week, and I'm going to see how the market moves. I know I talked about yesterday the print runs being 45 or 4,900, and with yesterday's numbers, they jumped up a little bit to about 5,400 when you look at the cards outside the top 11 or outside the top 10. But look, it's a whole new ball game right now, and I think we have to adjust. And the one thing I'm making the adjustment in is my pre-orders. But look, enough about me and what I'm doing. This is about making everyone a better purchaser, a better informed of Project 2020. Let's now take a look at the pre-order data yesterday for the releases. Let's look at that chart, and then let's get to the cards for this week, or for today at least. Also, if you're thinking or asking where do all these graphics come from or the numbers, please check out the website, crtsportscards.com. Go to my Project 2020 page, and it has everything there for you. And you can quickly reference any number that I talk about here on the show. So here's our YouTube exclusive chart with the percentage points. Obviously, the one on the website has the numbers, but without the percentage points. But look, Thomas and Mattingly, I was very happy to see them come in at my projection yesterday, both at the high range. And this where I was a little surprised, just they both came in at the high range, but it told the story when I did the math. And if you look at Mattingly, 27,299, I said 25 to 28 at a 1.56 eBay penetration. And then Frank Thomas with the Fucci, 22,911 at a very low 1.41% penetration on eBay, which tells me this. People are still moving to tops to purchase these. So, the print runs are dropping considerably. I mean, look, we've gone from 165,000 in one day now down to barely 50,000. So the drop is considerable, but there's still a ton of penetration, still a ton of sales happening on the top side from a flip perspective, which is fine. We need that. I'm flipping these cards myself, so there's no issue with that at all. But I would have loved to have seen these numbers come in, like I said, closer to 2.5%. We'll see where this week goes, but it was a tad concerning to see Frank Thomas jump back down or go down to 1.41. Considering to me That was probably the least desirable card of the week just from a visual perspective, and people just did not respond to that overall. But we'll see where these numbers go this week, but you can tell we range anywhere from 1.41 this week to a high of 2.4, which was the Griffey, which meant the 2.4K pre-orders were legit from the last week perspective. But we'll see if 1.5 stays around this week or if it does not. But now let's take a look at that chart I was talking about earlier that I just put up on the website around average sale price. So here's that chart that I was talking about this morning, and I put up on the website at cr2sportscards.com. It's very simple. Last night I didn't have any pre-orders to check at 11 o'clock, and so I was like, well, let me check what the sales data looks like every single day. Now, all this data comes from Terapeak, and you look, it's not 100% accurate, but it's really accurate when it comes to what the overall volume is, what the sale price is. What I don't know on Terapeak is if like a customer cancels an order, do they remove it from the calculation? It's obviously visible on the sold page, so I don't know how that works, but it's a really good indication of where the market is volume-wise and then average sale price. So when you look back at May 3rd through May 10th, and to me, this is what I was expecting to see. You have low volume, then through the week you have that peak because you have a lot of people doing pre-orders on eBay, and you have a natural decline on Saturday and Sunday. That's not a surprise because this product is really a Monday through Friday project, not really a 7-day-a-week project. But then it does it again through May 17th. It spikes a little bit on the 18th, but it has the peaks and valleys in a sense for the first 2 weeks. Then everything broke loose. Everything went crazy. You look now at May 20th. The volume is increasing now for the third day in a row. But look at the average sale price. It's dropping. So we sort of hit a bottom there at 56.88. Now that's not a bottom for the month. That's just sort of where the surge happened. So May 20th, 56.88. By the time we get to May 25th, our volume is now 3x in just 5 days, and the average sale price is 172. Now, that's not the peak. The peak for the volume pricing is the next day on the 26th, which is 199. So in 5 to 6 days, we're now 4x volume or 3x volume, 4x pricing. That is an unattainable, or it's just, you can't keep that up. That was too much, too fast. And of course, there's that market correction quickly. Everybody panicked. Everybody sold off as soon as they saw the 99,000 Griffey and the 66,000 Nolan Ryan. So that's expected. But look where we are now. May 31st last night, as of 11:30 p.m., we're still at an average volume relative to May 20th, which is good. I mean, it's the same. It's about 24,000 cards sold that single day. But look at the average price point, 122.96. So even though the volume has gone down considerably, the average sale price is still up, 1.25, 1.5%, something like that, just quick math. I mean, I think it's a really good spot to be in when you think about just 10, 11 days ago, we had the same volume at a $56 price point. So look, the market correction for the pricing, that was going to happen. When you have a 6-day surge like that, when you're talking 4x prices, that's going to happen. But it's corrected, and it has flatlined a little bit. I mean, the last couple of days, 131, 130, 122. So, we'll see where it goes today, and I'll, of course, be updating this all together, but it'll be curious to see where these prices go over the next month. I mean, it's a brand new month, brand new adventure, so we'll find out, but this is just a good handy chart that I'm still really truly digesting overall, but it's a good thing to look at from the perspective of the market's still moving, volume is still there, and the prices are up considerably from where we were 10, 11 days ago. So first up this week is Mark McGwire card number 97. That just screams wood background, and that's Andrew Thiel who has produced this Mark McGwire. Andrew Thiel, this is a 6th card, so very nice to not say 5th card finally. And I will change this up as there are more cards released. But look, Andrew Thiel has actually had a really good library so far. I mean, he led off with Willie Mays, then Mike Trout, Sandy Koufax, Nolan Ryan, and then, of course, the Derek Jeter. When it comes to the print runs, he has sort of been all over the map. His Willie Mays did not do well, 1464. Now it's number 78 in the rank history. Trout, obviously 13,200. That is now not even barely in the top 20, and that's really hard to think about. Koufax, 2149. Nolan Ryan, 7,400. And then the Jeter, of course, was 21,000. So if you were missing Andrew Thiel, you get him back now just a few cards later with this McGwire. But let's take a look at how McGwire got here and his performance overall. So this is McGwire's 5th card, no surprise there. And he's sort of had a checkered past so far of performance in this set. His first card was, of course, F. Dot at 17, 1456. Then Keith Shore at 1200, Natural at 2700, which I think is probably one of the best looking cards in the set right now, Natural. And then Jameson at 81. His first card, the F. Dot, 5% under the average. The average then was 1525. His Keith Shore, 30% under the average when it came to that card. I mean, the average then was 1732. His Natural, 39% under the average. So going into Jameson, McGwire had been performing terribly in this set versus the average. But then you look at his Jameson, obviously 124% over the print run. So where does that leave us with Mark McGwire? I think when you look at all of the data from last week, you know, does 25, 30,000, does that number become sort of the average at 20,000? It's too hard to say, and there's no way to know at the moment. I'll be very curious to see where it lands on the pre-order scale tomorrow morning, just because those pre-order numbers are becoming very accurate judges of the print run. So we'll see, but maybe 20, 25,000, but that's a complete guess right now. But it is an interesting looking card from McGwire. I think it's his second best so far. But now let's look at Jackie Robinson. So here we are. Card number 98 is card actually number 42, Jackie Robinson. But we all know Jackie Robinson is 42. Very, very clean design here, what you expect from Joshua Vids. And Joshua Vids has had a very interesting path to this point. And his first 5 cards, or 4 cards really, did not sell very well. We all know the history of Nolan Ryan. And if you miss Joshua Vids, you get him back again next Monday, or this Monday, because he was here last Monday. On the print runs for him, I mean, his first 4 cards were very, very low. 1200, 1100, 2400, and then Gwyn was right when the meter started moving with this set, and he popped up at 3400. Then you had the Ryan at nearly 65,000. Look, we used to buy cards based on the player, then it was sometimes the artist. Joshua Vids is the guy who just not had a lot of success so far, other than the Ryan. So it'll be very curious to see where this card lands overall, just because Vids, historically speaking, has not been a high-producing artist outside of Monday, which might end up being an anomaly when you look at the entire set overall. Now, let's look at Jackie real quick and see how he got here. So this is Jackie's 5th card of the set, and he was actually the third card overall with the Natural at 1302. Then you had Chang, Jameson, and then the Mr. Cartoon had their first true interpretation, I think, of the card. But look, Jackie Robinson has been a strong performer since this set has released. Obviously, the third card, there's no way of knowing what the average then was. It's just too few cards. But his second card, 2741. The average then was 1993, so 38% over the average. His second or third card, 2980. That was 20% over the average then. And then his Mr. Cartoon came in at 11643, which was 48% over the average. And so when you think of Jackie Robinson, you think of his potential performance this week. You know, if history repeats itself or keeps the same trend, he's going to well outperform that average. So if we end up landing at an average of 20 to 25 this week, do you see him at 35,000, 40,000? I don't know. That's a big number right now. But we'll see the pre-order data when it pops tonight at 11 o'clock. So there we have it. Monday's releases, Mark McGwire, Jackie Robinson, a lot of things to look at this month, a lot of new things to digest as we get through card 100 and move closer to card 200. So with that, guys, have a great day collecting, and I'll see you back tomorrow morning.